We are sandwiched between Florida and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one story. As it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the former Utah Ute to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get out past the 30. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Let's go. They'll run it for the first time today. And he is in his spot line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Third down, now even top of 13 after that loss of a yard.
You can bet they're not going to go with the running game anytime soon. This is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, stop for a loss.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now third and 13. Back to throw. First throw of the game, going to be intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. It's no secret he's hit 3 interceptions, and this quarterback starts with first round.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity? And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there.
Just across the line. You look at this Cowboy defense. They're trying to cover up some balls in the second. They're 5 in the league against the passing game.
I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason. Guys doing the draft, free agency, maybe even more. Definitely needs to help the secondary. Falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of
He must defensively. That brings up third down. Working out again, Daniels. But he will be ruled down. So this will be as incomplete. On fourth down, the Commanders send it to Manning to try the field goal. It'll be a 39-yard attempt from the left hash. Gay's kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty nasty when you steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn it into the early 3-0 lead. But you had to picture wonderful growth and other things that apply. And the important thing, the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball have some momentum. After the made field goal, game back out there to kick it off. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football. Only gave it 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult play to overcome.
fighting on defensive backs. They have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double birds.
From Commanders territory now, it's first.
Film rooms are the forum where strategies are discussed and victories are born. Each person there has a voice, a chance to step forward with
EA Sports coverage of Football League brings us to the heart of Texas and the spectacular AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. get this one started.
Off we
Off
go
we
from
go from
AT&T
AT&T
Stadium.
Stadium.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Right to the air goes Daniel. He'll get that tight end. So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end on the backside of the defense in space. So you put the ball early, it leads to big yards to the catch. In this case, you look at the real big play they want to perform. And you'll work your forward 35. Kool-Aid up to make the tackle. And after that short run, it's a little bit closer to the first down. They're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive. Trying to avoid the early 3 and out. They face third and a yard. On the ground, it's Ali. And he's going to be down behind the run. 15 higher to start the game. It's fourth down. On fourth down, here's Myers in there to kick it. Levante Turpin, your return for the Cowboys. Here's the phone right there, Jamie. He is taking it behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive. They're just doing a better job of really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down. That's exactly the case here. Getting some big runs on that second down. That's a nice grasp for his first catch of the game. He's someone that the play call has told us. He wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen. Down the field. I think he predetermined that third down throw. And even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway. It ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. That one hit inside, down, but it's into the end zone. Bring it back up to the 20-yard. Three tight ends here. First and 10. Hey, come on. Hey. 65. A run. To begin the job. He'll find his space. To the 26. He'll work second and fourth. Unfortunately, he's able to get that. So not only will it not be a turnover, this time the drive keeps going. It's the first down. Greg must be scary time for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball, but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover. Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in a situation of Utah. I'll tell you what, and now pops out of your head. forward in your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case,
That's the fifth touchdown for him of the year.
But I think back to their first possession of this game, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession two. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their possession. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Short kick, taken inside, he'll be taken down right 29 yards. On the ground to begin the drop here. And he'll manage to set with a midfield kick off the pocket. From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 5. First carry, it is Percy Butler to bring them down. And while that wasn't anything really to write out, what it allows them to do is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend the drive.
Woo, he caught that.
He'll get him a first down.
These third down conversions are so important. Everybody's stressing. We want to possess the ball. Give us as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can. Scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Set to go now on first and 10. Off the play fake. It'll set up 7 down.
I think he knew in the back of his head he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And that pressure getting there in a hurry just ends up being wasted down.
Try again. It's second and 10. We are through fourth. It's the commander with the early lead. To Arlington in a moment. On to the second quarter. Cowboys possess the football as they've done it with first and 10. Run the toss play. He'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball from the perimeter of the defense really quickly. It doesn't stress the ball with outside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and the defense that can run to the ball, we're able to get you that trip.
Ooh, that's my fault. That's my fault. I knocked you off.
On the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
These are the kind of plays that when
plays that we draw up on the chalkboard, they all look great.
But if you
But if you
can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean,
he started on the left side of the formation in the slot,
and he has to run
all
all the way
across
across
the field
to the right third. I mean,
that
that
takes
takes
a lot of time.
Let's give a lot of credit to the
Why you stopping that hole, boy?
He does a nice job from his safety position, filling his front gap assignment. Keeps this to a minus 8 at best.
Second down,
8 yards to go.
They'll run. Not much there. He's back to the original line. Third and seven. Back to throw. And he will get to the mark. Good job there defensively. Now, decision time. Going to do on fourth down.
The initial reaction is how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? The reality is they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
Here comes the blitz.
Ah, I played you inside, bro.
We're going to see a lot of this. You know, it's the new kickoff.
So think about it.
In the old days, you kick a field goal, you kick
I left him one-on-one. He got to win that battle.
As much field position, and you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchdown. They get the ball on the 35. It's almost a 30-yard position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in your tight.
This one
Taken
the
the
7.
7.
Oh,
He's gone through
the
the 30.
And
He's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
Start the drive with
This dude's lost. Okay, you got to come out, bro.
And with all this talk about security, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
from the
From the
35.
35, it's first and 10.
That's damn sure not what I picked.
Here, what's your from my defense? Can't react quickly enough because the ball's so high. So they knew it was coming. They end up holding it just a short game. He's good at the
Tackle made right at the 20-yard line.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in there. I want to get all conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So exactly what they do here, they lean from the ground and pick up a fresh set of downs.
Two minutes to play in a tight one-point game in this first half.
Bring it on.
Back to
Arlington
at
at AT&T Stadium.
After this. Second and 10.
before he is taken down. There's a third down and 4.
Now they're set to throw. This one's
Comes the field. His fourth meeting of the season.
This will be incomplete. Not sure
what they could have seen that makes this a good call. Going for it in the face of an extra point and make it nothing out of it.
Here comes
the return from 5.
We'll get this up to 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
This drive starts at 21. It's first and 10.
Daniels with a give to Trubisky Merrick.
He's putting it to the last perfectly. For the loss of a yard. Everything this defense talks about is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
On
second down, it's Daniel.
Yeah, what I wanted, just fucking nut it up.
It'll be third down. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least, he was able to get that ball out to prevent the second seat. On third down, it's Daniel. Sack of the year. Now the Cowboys will take timeout, and they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go in this first half. Here's Ty Taylor now, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone.
Well, my nigga got cleaned up.
With outstanding field position. Right in the middle of the field. They're keeping it pretty quickly. They get back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. I can promise you that is not why they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of the game, there was just nowhere for the ball to go on there.
Give me the pick. Come on, Madrino.
I just cannot believe they're not going to come down with that play. That's as easy as it gets. Frankly, don't play it. That's a play at this level. You just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Here's Braden Narvison now to try the field goal. This from 45 yards away. Narvison's kick is good. And the Cowboys
Tagged on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
From the 6, here comes the return. He's across the 20.
He ain't making me go that way. Why is it pulling me that way?
So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Operating from the gun is Daniel. And that ball's intercepted by Trayvon Diggs. And his offense will be offside. Field had a chance to extend that lead.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, I think he needs to go on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that throw. That is the perfect example of when the pass rush and the back end coverage work together. Man, that was big time.
That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. And he will sit on here in the end zone for a touchdown. He started this one on the field. Ball on the 39. Here's second and 6. He'll drop to throw. Now here comes the screen. It's here. He'll be
The screen works for 10 yards and a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz come in and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
They'll run the ball to the pitch. That'll be a pickup. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 6. Open man to the back. And the look is right for the first down. Makes good. Here's third down and a few whistles.
Let's go.
His second touchdown of the game. Numbers 11, 12 on the field. The extra point is good. Cowboys will extend their third quarter lead. The kickoff team is on the field.
2 as the kicks away. Now return coming from the 7. Now an open at the 30. And they'll be set out well, but he is 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. McLaurin open on the left side. That keeps him ahead of schedule. The 4th down completion for 7 yards. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2. The man in motion. Daniel to throw on 2nd down. He will go all the way. Send it. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. What a luxury to have that out there. It's a tight end and take it down the field like that. And take it the distance. Shades and Rick Olsen back in the day. Appreciate it. I think it's clear that we all know what's the most important position for offense. It's the tight end. When you have this, we can make those difficult pitches underneath. We can get down the field for these big plays. You got yourself a win. Here's Dan to kick this one away. Devontae Turpin for the return. Down short, the 20-yard line. Another point up to the 32-yard. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down. Well, I think you've seen much success in the first. They're able to get something going here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play call, mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball. We know from talking to these coaches this week, Mike, that they think they got themselves a steal. They got this young rookie maybe a little later in the draft than a lot of people expected. I'll tell you what, they're not complaining. They think they've got themselves a starter and a star for a long time. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. This is good.
Well, that right there, Mike, is your once again just the importance of short. This run never gets anywhere near where it ends up. If that initial hit was stronger, and he was able to take him down.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now, taking it again. 8 seconds to race this line. He's usually such a reliable target in the game that we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, you know the hits coming, but just like if you're you take that hit, you'll change. Running gears as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown. And when we talked about first, that's what we're talking about. They told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about. Both teams ready to go once more as the kicks away. A short one taken to turn. First and 10, here's Daniel. He's going to take it in. Good decision to take on. He gets 50 yards for the first half. The defensive line is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket. The second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens. Running on the first and second. He'll get about 8 times on one. Most time coming after the second. It's second down. Ready? He's going to have a straight catch and he's taking down what is the final play of this third quarter. They get 20. Just by that. It's first and goal. They'll go to 3 tight ends in the formation for first and goal. Come on. Get and before the snap, we have a whistle. This could very well be a false start. Down in the first and goal. Here's Daniel.
How fast things can disrupt the first take it over the first down. That shot play gets the sequence change and brings up a formidable signal.
He plays after disposal. They look to get it right here on third and goal. Now run. Touchdown Commanders. So they get touchdown. And now it's a 9-point game. Right, they can go for one, make it a one-possession game. Or some people think they're going for two here. I'm going for two. Listen, the way you have to look at it is you need a two-point conversion. Something.
But I want to know now, am I now truly
You need two scores.
able to get it down to 7 and truly maybe one score? I'm going for two now, and I want to know what the rest of this game looks like. How many possessions do I need?
So things are a little more interesting now to a one-score game as they kick it away. This one. Making the most of this touching. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to wear down the defense. And right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead. It is second and 6.
Bro, how the fuck do you go in the hole?
Here's where you really see the value of third and short. The ability to just keep it simple and hand the ball to your back and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go down. It's another big play of the game at 6 shift. They cover 51 yards.
The new players are coming. That's why I sent the fucking blitz.
It's the right targeting it, ball, and there's a lot of room to run through the catch, so they can continue to find these matchups, these holes in the secondary. With this work, this playmaker group, and this is a tough offense to slow down. So these situations, like, it's always very tricky for a play call. Of course, you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So if the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few completion percentages. In these tight games, especially in the second half, these are the big moments that somebody needs to step up and make a play, and that's exactly what he's able to do here. Great read, great reaction, steps in front of that ball and ends up going the other way. Here's first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mitchell. For 34 yards. Pick up for 29 yards. This is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself taking a late lead, and
The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be played in front of you? Big defensive push. They can't get too soft here. They try to hold on to this lead here.
Two minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Dragging up the back for the conversion. In a minute. Here's second down. They'll drop the throw.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. This is the moments in the game where you need your best players to step up. This guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
From the shotgun,
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, you should have plenty of time here to finish this drive. The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's accent. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking them down for a loss.
The crowd cranking it up another notch before third and long. Throwing again, Daniel.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
We are set for fourth and long. They'll indeed go. It's Daniel. He's come up close. This is beautiful. And it's a share of the turnover of the line to wind up in turnover.
And that stuff right there will do it. Even though they have 2 timeouts remaining, there's just not enough time on the clock to get another attempt. What a huge stop with the game on the line, and that will all but end this game.
6 on it, 1 before being forced out of bounds. Second down, they need 3. Once in a
of a couple out of the way. He stepped out from the jump, and the RC diagnosed and knew where the ball was going. He got there in a hurry, and he put it into that play really before it ever got started.
So, the win for the Cowboys. They bounced back from the launch last week. Here's what it is. It's Herman Clifford. Come away with the victory.
You heard about a man, the left controller, the lyric king, I told you.